All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all staying safe and well. I hope you're all fighting out war against the grey. We're back. Holy Hangout time tonight. Time to get some hobby done. Let us know if you're joining, what you're working on, what you've been working on lately. Love to hear from everyone. We're going to continue working on these Blade Guard veterans. And then depending how we go, we'll start on the Captain and the Blade Guard Ancient as well. But on that, it's time to start on the brown, so I need a Baneblade Brown. Pink car isn't done up properly. That could have ended badly. Let's see my Baneblade Brown on here somewhere. Screen. Baneblade Brown. So we're just going to begin the process of highlighting all of the leather. So we've done a base coat already of Rhinox hide, washed with Northern oil, and now we're just going to start highlighting with Baneblade Brown on all the leather parts of the minis. Yeah, so we're getting there with these. Also managed to dig out. I've got like a 500-point army of Harlequins, but I got a couple of cool deliveries today as well. I got the Adeptus Turcanicus core set and the Gur box for Warcry I got delivered today. So really excited to get them done up. James, hello mate. How are we? Just start to highlight all the leather on these Blade Guard veterans. At least do the first of two. Oh, nice. Outriders for those white scars. Wouldn't really be a white scar army, though, without Outriders, would it? Just getting the first set of leather highlights done for these guys. But a pretty solid start. Jim Empress Spears. So I've got the Assault Intercessors all done by the recess shading, and which is pretty quick because it's all a lot of common. Yeah, the hope would be probably within the next couple of weeks. I'll probably record one. It might it might not be up in the next couple of weeks, but I'd say you'd see them on the channel fairly soon. Venture Elrav, hey, how are we, mate? I'm doing pretty well. Yourself? Just doing fine on this Wednesday night. Nah, it was great, man. Thank you very much for bringing it around. We actually only went to my mum's this afternoon as well to do Halloween with the kiddies today because it was actually nice weather today. We were planning on going around to my mum's on Halloween, doing like safe trick-or-treating with the two young kiddies. But yeah, obviously, with how Monday was here, we did not go trick-or-treating. But yeah, much appreciated. Kids have loved it. Ryan is very into trick-or-treating. Oh, nice. Well, your White Scars definitely won't play my Emperor Spears. I have a thing where I can't. I find it hard in like casual games to warrant playing Marines versus like Marines on Marines. The narrative player in me comes out too strong at that point. But you can face the Eldar or the Nids or the Necrons. I've got a couple of extra Necrons I want to get painted. I have a 20 Warriors, 3 Scorpeg Destroyers, and a Annihilation Barge for my Necrons. So I want to get that painted, and that'll rock the Necrons up to about 1,250 points. But been quite enjoying doing these smaller point bat reps. They've been getting a lot of good feedback. Like a lot of people just going, "Oh, it's nice." These people getting into the game, able to see armies that are somewhat achievable for them to put on the table. I think that's like a big reason. We still obviously have like 2K and bigger games on the channel, but I think having those smaller games is going to be incredibly important on the channel as well, just to mix. Yeah, man. I will gladly give you hands. Cow are super fun. Like, they're such cool models to paint. Yeah, once I get these guys done, it'll be a couple of other little projects. A couple of things. I've got a small, like 500-point Harlequin force I really want to get done, but I need to get my Old Dominion done. I need to get some Conquest stuff done, so that'll probably be my next project. I'll slot Harlequins, because there's only 500 points, I'll slot them in somewhere. It's like 2 troop squads, a Death Justice, Shadow Seer, and Troop Master. Yeah, the bandits just dropped for Call to Arms. We're just waiting on the cards. I know they've had some issues with the printers on their cards. So the models are out, but they currently don't have rules for the bandits, the vampires, or the Dawn Guard out yet. But they will soon. So just waiting on that to make my purchases on them. Really excited to see, this new season of Call to Arms brought 3 whole new like playable battle mode factions. Be interesting to see if there's anything besides those 3 in the cards as well, because like season 2 technically only brought us the Dark Brotherhood as a main faction, but we actually also got cards to give rules for the Nightingales and Blades, so we actually have the faction rules. Only a model for each faction at the moment, but we have the faction rules for them, which is cool. So we might see something like that, which would be really cool. And if you are joining us live, watching along, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It helps people come and find the live streams. There, we've got a big week of releases as well for Age of Sigmar. The Slaves to Darkness box set is coming out, along with the Ogre Battle Tome as well, which I am really excited for. I love my Ogres. Yeah, my spears are going to be Primaris only. I personally don't want any old Marines at all. I can't bring myself to buy old Marines. They just don't look as cool as Primaris. Primaris Marines are just cooler, and I have the feeling we're going to see old Marines go at some point, so I just can't warrant putting the money down on them. So yeah, any Marine army I do from now on will be Primaris only. Yeah, so started like looking at like some other Space Marine chapter. I have a thing where I like if I want to play a different Space Marine chapter, I will paint up a different Space Marine chapter. I can't bring myself with Space Marines to play like Blood Angel rules using Ultramarines and stuff like that. Like these guys will always be played with Emperor Spears. If I want another Space Marine chapter, I will paint a different chapter. What happens next? Some ash and grey for their black cloth. I think that controversy with Primaris, I think, is gone now. It's cool. Like, I like Primaris. I wasn't totally keen on the lore for it when it first started, but it's grown on me, I will say. I think the lore makes it seem cooler than they look on the tabletop. I will generally like paint to a list. Very much so. What I'll do is normally I'll find a way to get the core of my army cheap, and I'll build a list out from that cheap. So, like my Daughters of Cain, for example, that tournament-winning Daughters of Cain army I had, I only bought Marathi, the Purple Sun, and the Kronspine. All the Witch Elves and the Warlocks I had. I got them dirt cheap, secondhand, repainted them, gave them new life, and then bought the pieces to add to it. I did like the same for like a lot of my armies, where I've bought like a massive cord cheap, or like something even like a box set for this, where this is just a couple of box sets and a couple of pieces added. Yeah, I'll normally write a list and then build, paint it. And like that doesn't mean I have it all together. I might like build and paint it as I go. John, hello. How are we, mates? Oh, that sucks, man. I mean, I know exactly how that feels of late, and like that's been a. Hope you feel better soon, though, mate. I hate being sick. Triggers my ADHD something shocking. There's nothing worse than like being like sick when you can't do something, and the ADHD like it really like messes with my head, like not being able to do the things I want to do. It just puts me into like a depressive spiral. It's not fun. I will say, the more and more I look at these Blade Guard veterans, they are this like latest Indominus set of Marines are absolutely fantastic. Blade Guard, the Captain here, the Blade Guard Ancient, they're amazing Marine models. Like they've sort of like gone back with like a crusading element, because obviously like these were made for the Indominus Crusade. So it's been really cool like seeing them come back up. Revan, hello. Good to see a bunch of familiar faces popping in. Hope you're all doing well, everyone. And I just finished today or last night listening to Deathwatch Shadow Breaker or whatever it's called. A Deathwatch novel. Just finished listening to that. It was a lot of fun. For those who've read the Deathwatch with the Death Spectre Karis, the first novel that came out, this is the second one. Finally went to audio. was a ton of fun. Like, the best comment I think I can give it is it felt like I was playing a Deathwatch RPG game, or like felt like I was sitting on someone's Deathwatch RPG game. It was so much fun to listen to. A little bit like crazy and making the Deathwatch seem OP at times, but it was fun to listen to. Had a really good time listening to it. I'm now listening to Blood of Asserheim, a Space Wolves audiobook. Been a little bit slow at the start, but it seems like it says it's the first book in the series, so it definitely seems like it's building up towards something for me. It feels like it's giving me a lot of like early information that'll, help build the story up later, which is fine. Like, I can handle a slow start if knowing, one, the book is longer. It's like a 13-hour story, so it's pretty long. I think I'm about 2 hours in, but it seems really cool. Does seem like quite a good start. Yeah, I love the Horus Heresy stuff. I did listen to Horus Rising not too long ago. I've been smashing through the audiobooks like there's no tomorrow. I listen to them normally when I'm like painting, because the kids have been in the lounge and I can like watch my kids from the lounge while I'm at the table painting. And so while I'm getting work done at the table while they're playing, I like to listen to an audiobook then. Or when I'm putting my daughter to bed, listen to one. No, she just has to sort of sit in on her, or she gets into things. So smashing through the audiobooks, like that's who's shouting. That's who's shouting. What paint do I always use? What do you mean, Ruben? Like a color that's like very common to me? I use a mix of different companies' paints now. I'm finding like different ones I like for different things. GW, Army Painter, Turbo Dork, are pretty much the three I mainly use. Like, we got the issues in Australia that not everywhere stocks a lot of paints. We don't have. It's harder to find a lot of those alternates. I would say Army Painter, Citadel. Like, it's hard to go out of those main three, like Army Painter, Citadel, and Vallejo. It's really hard to get out of that. I don't really use a lot of Vallejo. I've picked up like Turbo Dorks. I've started using them now. I've got an airbrush, and I've started like experimenting with more paints. I want to try out the Vallejo contrast. But Army Painter gave me this nice mat and a bunch of stuff to test out. So I use a lot of Army Painter because they were nice enough to send me out some stuff to check out. But I do like a few. I do want to, like, hopefully I can get my hands on some of Duncan's paints eventually. Be really interesting to see like paints made by someone who, I guess, is very synonymous with the GW style of painting. Like, he paints that in a I enjoy how Duncan paints. I've heard lots of good things about Vallejo Metallics. I've just never gotten onto them. Metallics is something definitely I found, like starting to use the Army Painter ones. I've seen how much better they are than GW's. GW, bar like Retributor Gold, I don't think has many good metallics. But at the same time, I really like GW's blues and blues. Like GW makes some fantastic blue, which is blue is my favorite color. If you can't tell, a lot of my armies have blue on them somewhere, which makes GW really popular. My local little paint shop only has like a GW range, so it's a big reason I lean heavy on them. So now we're just going with my edge highlight on the browns. So I started with Baneblade Brown as my first highlight over Rhinox High with Noon Oil. True, Ultramarines are the mascot. But yeah, they just have really nice blues. To even the not quite blue, like Sotek Green and all that. Stegnon Scale Green, Sotek Green, Lords and Blue and stuff like that are all really, really nice. If there's one thing to stay away with GW paints, it is their whites. They are awful. And that's something like definitely using the Army Painter. The Army Painter's white is so much nicer. But I've been really liking the Turbo Dork Metallics. I used blue steel for my old Dominions armor. So this guy here is using a true metallic. So this is Turbo Dork's blue steel with a Army Painter's quick shade. I will say too, like if you're not a fan of how GW's reformulated their washes, Army Painter's washes are very similar to GW's old washes. So soft tone, mid tone, and dark tone are really, really good. So if that's something that bothered you, then that's something you can certainly look at. See, I used to frequent Spotlight a lot more when the wife was working there. But yeah, it pays like to shop around. Like there are some cheap like paint pots and stuff that work great. Yeah. Whites, generally, I haven't had much problem. As soon as I've moved away from GW, it doesn't really matter which one I've gone with. It's been miles better than GWs. I don't know what it is about their whites, but they're not good. Maybe like I've got to keep the channel being able to go on what it's doing, and I've got like the plans for what I want to finish, and what I'm currently focusing on the channel is getting other game systems up to speed for our like getting started with series and all that sort of stuff. We're starting out with like obviously Middle Earth, and we've got like 40k Age of Sigmar Warcry. I've done Elder Scrolls. I want to like get other game systems going like that, and showcasing other games like gameplay on the channel. It's really where I want to focus on the hobby stuff. The hobby side of stuff, besides like hobby hangouts, coming and chatting with people, these aren't particularly there for me to pass on my own hobby knowledge. I am not the most knowledgeable at hobby, but these are here to like the hobby hangouts here are mostly to connect with people that are part of like watch the channel. So you can come chat with all of you more than being a hobby source, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, man, I will definitely get you around and teach you how to play some Middle Earth strategy battle game, man. Always happy to have more helpers on the channel. People who are willing to learn another game system and come help on the channel, like, definitely means a lot to me. And like, I'm not in the position to hire people at the moment. I'm in the position to maybe, give something back. I know like other people I've had come on the channel that have done stuff frequently. So someone like Nick, I bought Nick boxes of models and stuff like that. That he's wanted to like at least show my appreciation for what he's done for me. Um, that would be the I think the end goal is like I'm able to do this as a full-time job for myself now, but I realize there's other people who come along, especially for bat reps. Bat reps are not the majority of my content, so that's probably worth mentioning. But I would like to be able to the people who come and help with that sort of stuff. I would love to be able to actually hire those people one day and have like a proper team that does battle reports. Yeah, I've seen that the Elder Scrolls one. Like tabletop RPG stuff is certainly, I think, my next port to call. Just give me a sec, everyone. I will be right back. Just gonna help the wife with something. Alrighty, sorry about that, everyone. Had to go help the wife with the kitties. The fun time when they were both asleep. They both woke up because they had both pooped themselves. Fun. She would have been fine if it was one of them, but both of them were quite upset about it. So, all done. Look, I think the most important thing as doing hobby as a YouTube is don't expect to make money off it. It's incredibly hard to sort of get that first breakthrough. It took me a good couple of years to find my footing, to find what I wanted to do, to find sort of my place. So it should be said, like the getting started videos only really started just before COVID hit. And that sort of became my thing. It's like those basic sort of videos talking about how to get started, getting started, start collecting, all that sort of stuff. But I never thought at the beginning I would make money of it. I never thought I'd be able to do it full time like I do. That first 1,000 is really hard, and it can get really depressing if you are trying to aim to make money off it. Like, sure, you can probably go out there and make some, hyperbolic stuff and get the clicks. That'll kill you eventually. I make content that I like, that I enjoy making. If I need time off, I'll take time off the hobby. It's definitely like for me, it's a big motivation to slay the backlog. Knowing that like stuff can get done, or like being actually working with companies that want to see their stuff on the channel. But I would say the best way to slay the backlog is tournaments. Without a doubt, tournaments are the absolute best thing you can possibly do. Like I know lots of YouTubers, some with many more subscribers than me, that I know don't make as much money as I do. Nowadays, I treat this like my full-time job. I paint 5 to 7 days a week. I play games, for the purpose of recording games at least 3 or 4 times a week. I treat this like a full-time job now. This is not my hobby. This is still my hobby, but this is as much my job as well. And I treat it as such. That's really the only way you can make money off this, is if you treat it like a job. If you just treat it like a hobby, it won't be. It'll be a hobby. But yeah, it's important to remember it is a niche thing. And not everyone will ever make money off it. And sometimes, like Elra saying there, the money you might make off it might be insignificant. All right. I make enough to be comfortable. I think the biggest thing for me as well is like I save money on hobby. I don't buy a lot of hobby. Well, I don't spend more than what my channel earns on hobby. Like, that's where sort of my money is. And that further fuels more content, though, to be fair. But yeah. If you just start it just for the fun of starting it, see what happens, see how much you enjoy it. Consistency is incredibly important. Yeah, Twitch, like I will say, that's the great thing about streaming on YouTube. Whatever YouTube, I get taxed for YouTube when they pay me each month. but they don't actually. YouTube actually doesn't take a cut. So I get paid for how it sort of works is, well, I don't see YouTube take a cut. Someone pays for ads on YouTube. YouTube then advertises the ads and gives me a proportion of that payment. So like the ad company pays YouTube. YouTube then pays me to put those ads on. I get, for everyone who joins YouTube members, I get the full fee from that. YouTube, I think YouTube members, not the full fee. I think it's something like I'm pretty sure YouTube members is 100%. But it's YouTube gives a lot more to its people than Twitch does. It's a lot better in that respect. I think something about YouTube as well, though, is YouTube, if you've got evergreen content, your stuff makes money as long as the hits keep coming. Like, not all my videos always make money, but I'm always, like, every video maybe makes 10 cents a day. Like, or, 1 or 2 cents a day. It could be. And, like, I've got a couple of 100 videos up. So that sort of adds up. And then, like, if I get a video that does hit really well, it can make money for quite a substantial amount of time. I have not tried the army paints or air paints yet. I've only just got my airbrush. I'm only starting to play around with that, really. At the moment, I've just got an airbrush that is all for base coating. That's all it can do. I think onto like the hobby YouTube as well. It's a really interesting space because start of COVID was probably the best time to get into it, and I definitely hit something at the right sort of time when it was growing. It's definitely seeing less popularity now, seeing less channels pop out of nowhere now. Than like. Then during COVID time, every man and his dog had a YouTube channel at one point. Some of those have stayed, some of those have gone. Some of those are still there, but uploading less. Some of them are, kicking along quite well. But there's a big difference, I would say, between a wargaming channel and a hobby channel, because they are two very different crowds that are going to look for this. And both can do really well. I mean, you could look at mini wargaming. Like, you can look at 3 really big channels. So first of all, like, you can look at mini wargaming or Play on Tabletop, which do battle reports and battle reports only, and maybe some book reviews here and there. But they're doing really, really well for them, both of those channels. You have someone like Doug, who just talks about lore. And he's doing quite well for himself from 2 Plus Tough. Or you have you have painting channels that do really well for themselves as well. It's important. It's just to find that place. Yeah, I think if you're going to start a YouTube channel or Twitch, do it for the love of what you're doing. Don't think you're ever going to make money off it. If you end up getting to that point where you can make a decision of like, oh wow, if I push this little more, can this be a thing? And sure, but never think it's going to be that thing for you. I've heard so many horror stories in like YouTube groups. I mean, of people who've left a job prematurely or not had safety nets and stuff like that, and it's gone horribly, horribly wrong for them. Who knows, Elraf? Maybe your thing's coming and helping me on YouTube, and maybe that's your thing. Maybe that can be your thing. But yeah, definitely don't take this as discouragement. I think being realistic about where it goes is very important, though. I am not Elras. Sorry, no. Unfortunately, like we were considering it, but like when we had like hospital visits and all that, it just sort of like we couldn't make a decision on what we were going to do. So yeah, give it a crack. Give it a crack by all means. Like definitely, 100% Elra. Don't know until you try. Yeah, we'll catch up and we will get some game. I've been before, man. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't been in quite a while. Like, so obviously my kids are 3 and 4. They've been quite young. It's like Avcon. Like I haven't been to Avcon in years just because I've not been into anime much at all anymore. I think I started watching my first anime and like I'm watching an episode here and there. I currently don't. It is certainly on the radar of games to look at. Heard many good things about Star Wars Legion. I don't want to get an army of Ewoks, play the teddy bears, and murder people with teddy bears. Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping to go to some like events. I think once my little boy's a little bit, another year or two, I'll probably go to those things as he sort of more than likely will get into it as well. He comes out here and he paints Warhammer models with me already. I don't mind the name character games. Like I used to think that same way. Then like I enjoy it. Like it doesn't really bother me. Elder Scrolls is very much like that, where you're playing with like a lot of named characters in Elder Scrolls. I enjoy it. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you managed to find some work, man. That's good. It is definitely not an easy thing for some people to come by at the moment. No worries, all right. I'll chat to you soon, all right, man? We'll organise catching up for some games. Have a good night, mate. My bedtime's whenever I feel like it. No one can tell me when to go. So yeah, like I was saying before, I managed to pick up a couple of new box sets. So I got 3 box sets on the dirt cheap. I got the Black Templar box. I got the new Warcry Gur box, and I've got Adeptus Titanicus's core set there as well, which I am super pumped. I think after this, I'm just going to do a quick little project of getting my Aeronautica Imperialis set done. Didn't look to get some more display cases though as well. I'm running out of display space. No, Dominion's still really good. Crawlboy's definitely got a big boost, like some nice points drops. Wouldn't say makes them top tier competitive, but definitely makes them boost them up. And Stormcast are just Stormcast. They're good. Like Stormcast are Space Marines. They're not necessarily the best army in the game, but they're good. Like they'll teach you the basics. They can do everything. If you can find the big Dominion box set, I think that's worth it. I don't like the starter sets for Age of Sigmar at all. The actual core box, like the, whatever they are, the 3 size of starter boxes, they're all terrible. If you can find Dominion, Dominion's great. And if not, then my suggestion after that is to go with a Star Collecting box. Age of Sigmar is a ton of fun. I think it has a different feel to it. The current GHB, I've made my feelings known a lot. Is that the starter set with the terrain? The big one's not bad because you get terrain in it as well, but that only matters if you want terrain for yourself. Yeah, either one of them for 160 is pretty good. That's a bit better. Oh yeah, if it is labeled as Dominion, then that's the big launch. That's the launch box. That's the one you want. It's like the starter set. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's the starter set you want to avoid. If it says Dominion, then yeah, that's the one you want. That is a good box. Dominion is really good. It's got Yndrasta in it. It's got the chick with the wings in it. The Stormcast chick with the wings. It's the one with her in it, then yeah, that's a good box. Especially for 160. John, yeah. Dude. Nothing makes me feel like better as just like some naughty food delivered while you're not feeling well. I finished my coffee. It's unfortunate. Water it is. So now I've got some Dawnstone. This is for highlighting all the cabling. London. So these are my 6 Blade Guard vets and my probably I should come over here a little bit. So my camera can come down a bit. Cool, that's a bit better. People can actually see what I'm doing here. Adeptus Titanicus is so cool. Like, I can't wait to get that box built. We will need to get some games of that, Nick. Also, hi, mate. We need to get some games of that in. That looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. Tiny Titans, Tiny Planes. Oh, you got your cool little trophy for the career ender. Most casualties caused for Blood Bowl. That's awesome, man. See, we're racking up the trophies here on Sinful Gaming. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. To highlight this bit. That's awesome, man. Very, very well done. Oh yeah, they'll have a apothecary and this dude. That's the other model I pick up. Ha! Nice, man. Yeah, the Blade Guard will have an apothecary and the prime and the Blade Guard Ancient. So if you actually manage to kill them, they're going to hit you before they go. Thanks to the Ancient. And I've got a Judiciaire as well who can put Strike Last on the enemy when he's near them. But yeah, quite a solid little unit. Yeah, a bit of fun little Death Star unit. Nothing too crazy, but it'll be fun to run. End of the day, I'm running Blade Guard Veterans because they are just absolutely sweet models. Alrighty. So now it's time to start the fun stuff. We're going to start the eyes. So I'll find my corn red. That is it. Time to start the eyes. Alrighty. This is the fun part. Make sure brush handles all nice and dry. Ah, the joy of painting eyes. Just getting the base coat. So we'll start with corn red, and then we'll do a Mephiston red layer, just leaving little recesses. Then we'll do Fire Dragon Bright at the back before a little. Fire Dragon Bright at the front before a little dot of white right in the back corners. Now, I do need a tiny bit of my silver because I just haven't highlighted back up the forehead skulls. Some electric blue to start redoing the flanks of these storm shields. So just going around the edges of the storm shields now. Tidy these up. And we're going to do the back metal. Oh. Probably my Wood Elf army, I would say, is my favorite. Like, that's got like freehand banners, like I drew, painted on one of the banners. I've got a whole like deer in the moonlight in front of a forest in the mountains, all hand painted, like complete freehand artwork on the banner of that army. Without a doubt, that's my favorite army I've painted. It's by far my best painted army. I'd say the most fun I've had painting an army, I think, would probably be my ogres. The ogres were super fun to paint. Yeah, there's so much coming out this week. Like, not just like Age of Sigmar, like the Liber Imperium is coming out as well. So we're getting like Solar Auxiliary and all that for 30k as well. We've got like a full 30k book. Even Black Library's got a ton. Like, there's a lot coming out. Like, Black Library's got 2 massive anthologies for both main systems. We've got Kane coming out for the End Times series on audio finally. So it'll be book 3 for End Times coming out. Yeah, there's a lot coming out. So the Cities of Sigmar now, it's just all Wanderer models. It's all old Wood Elf models. I haven't read Grombrindle yet. I'm going to get onto it. At the moment, I just finished Deathwatch Shadowbreak. I just finished that, which is really fun. That's the second one from the Deathwatch series. That was a really fun listen. I've just got a few that like have just been sitting in my library for a little bit that I just want to clear up my backlog of stuff before I start listening to too much new. Especially with how quick I'm going through them, I'll be fine. I'll catch up. But currently listening to Blood of Assaheim, which is a Space Wolves audiobook by Chris Wright. So I've got a few from like last week. So I've got Briar Dark and Void King and all that. I've got to read first. So my Black Library things I get onto first. But I'll get to Grombrindle. Been in a bit of a 40k listening mood at the moment, so I've been fun to sort of listen to a bunch of 40k. I think I'm up to book 46 for the year now. I'm finding like as I'm getting more hobby done, I'm just plowing through Black Library audios now. I finished the Deathwatch book was 16 hours, and I finished that in 3 days. Managed to find an online place though that's going to do water transfers, so that's really cool. Being able to just get Empress Spear's water transfers is going to save me so much headache trying to paint their chapter symbol. The Trident's not too bad. It's getting that skull copied so many times. I'm just not happening. It's like you got the Trident for the Empress Spear, and then you got like a skull here on the Trident. The Empress Spear's got like its Trident with its 3 prongs, but then you've got like a skull that sits here as well, and it's like tiny, and it's just like, no. If it was just the Trident, I'd just paint it entirely, but with the skull, I'm looking for water transfers. Speaking of fantasy, I do want to get like my other couple of fantasy armies painted up so we can get some more fantasy games happening on the channel more frequently. We'll be getting some Dwarves, Dark Elves, Empire all done up. Probably some Skaven too. Yeah, that was us tonight. We went out like doing like late trick or treating with the kids because the weather here was awful on Halloween. So we went to like my mum's and her next door neighbor. They all did Halloween for the kids tonight, so we went out. So me and the wife just got home, kids had a sandwich for dinner, and we just ordered dinner because we're just like, no, can't be bothered. Buggered. Stephen, hello. Liking the Middle Earth content? Thank you very much. Can't wait to actually get some battle reports up on the channel for Middle Earth. So, I've got a Eastling army painted up in the cabinet there. I've played Middle Earth for like quite a time. It's just one of those games. I just haven't had the time to paint a force. I've got a whole Rohan army. I do want to get myself some Ent. Oh, I do want to get a full Ent army. But yeah, I'm glad you've been enjoying the Middle Earth strategy battle game content, man. I'm currently painting up some Emperor's Spears Space Marines for Warhammer 40k. If you do enjoy the content on the channel and you want to help support the channel, you can totally go help support the channel either by Patreon or YouTube members. And like James, Nick, and Revan in the chat, you get some cool little emojis if you help support on YouTube members while we are doing live streams. You get your name shouted out in all the videos as well. Best ultimate, yeah. Emperor's Spears is so cool. I listened to the audiobook by Aaron Dembski Bowden, and he sold me on them. Robin, hello, mate. How are we? And Original Yellow, hello. Nice to see you there. I do like the Carcharodons. My next Space Marine chapter, so I've got some Black Templars to work on as well. I managed to get the launch box on a discount. So I'll have some Black Templars coming. But also, I'll probably be doing some Blood Drinkers as well. My favorite Blood Angel successor. I used to play one in the Deathwatch RPG. So I'll be getting some Blood Drinkers done up. Oh, nice. Building a big dungeon for D&D. Sounds great. Once I get these done, I'll probably work on some tiny planes for Aeronautica before moving on to my Old Dominion for Conquest and getting them done up. But yeah, so I mean, we probably know it. You can probably all guess what the content's going to be about in this coming week. We'll have a bunch of Ogre Slaves to Darkness content coming out this week, or not this week, the week after. Nice. Making some solid progress there. Need a Wild Rider Red next. Wild Rider Red, blue. Okay, we're going for the first layer of colour on our islanders. Go man, thoughts on Old World? I'm really looking forward to it. Like, whenever it happens, I'll be in on it. I always have room for another game. I really enjoyed fantasy. I grew up with fantasy. Fantasy was pretty much my wargaming introduction. So I'll be really excited to see it come back. I have no thoughts on what it will be other than what the GW's told us. I'm not getting on anything. You're on your first cup of coffee. Well, I am in Australia, so it is 10 past midnight where I am. But insomnia does not care for time zones. So I'm an Aussie. Yeah, that'd be good. Like, even just a proper announcement of like, hey, it'll be out next year, or like, you know, it'll be out in 2025. That's what I'd like to see. 240 feet. Ouch, man. I do not miss those days. Like, used to be a chef before I started doing YouTube full time. So I was a chef. Do not miss the hours. Like now I can stay up at night, but I don't have to get up early. But speaking of Middle Earth, I think there was a brand new Middle Earth video that just went up on the channel. I think the Arnor video went up today or tonight. Can't remember. Did I put it? Where did I just put up? What just went up? Yeah, the Arnold video just went up. Nice. Yeah, the Return to Moria game looks pretty cool. Noro's Original Yellow, have a good day at work. Yeah, that Return to Moria game looks like really cool. Middle Earth is such a good game system. Nine Outriders and a Chaplain Biker. Awesome. Yeah, Middle Earth, like the scale of it, like I really love it. Like those, like most of the lists I wrote are what I write them at 300 points, and like that's super easy to pick up 300 points. Even if the metal armies, like it's not going to cost you an arm or a leg. Of the ones that are actually available. There are good proxies out there. There's some companies, some 3D printed sculpts and stuff like that for them now. Nice. Yeah, so like I said, the two forces I've got at the moment ready. Well, I've got an Eastling force ready that we played the one game of with on the channel a little while ago. But I've also got a Rohan force I'm building up. get it out painted, and we'll probably see some Eastland versus Rohan games to start with while I build up the other forces for the channel. And slowly, like, a lot of the stuff will start getting more stuff on the channel for the game and showcasing the game off more, which is cool. It's always the aim. Been chatting to a friend. We want to play through. He's been building up a bunch of stuff and doing some stuff, so we can hopefully play through the Ring Bearer campaign on the channel, which would be really fun. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where's my phone? This phone. Oh, Dragon Bright. I'll probably end up picking up all the different battle forces because it's such a good way to get a bunch of cheap armies done for the channel. Yeah, so we want to get the Ring Bearer campaign done. He's been doing a lot of that, and we'll probably work on a bunch of stuff, some other campaigns and stuff like that. So Middle Earth is probably looking like it'll probably start somewhere closer to the new year, if not in the new year, for like campaign battle-wise and stuff like that. Might have some games before then, but yeah, we'll definitely be looking to add it to our regular sort of schedule of games that get featured bat rep wise on the channel. So we're just putting a little bit of Fire Dragon Bright at the front, like corner of all the eyes. So we've done Corn Red, and then you layer over that, leaving the recesses with Wild Rider, and now we're putting at the front of the eye, we're putting Fire Dragon Bright, and then we'll do a little dot at the back corner of the eyes, which will be just a white. I like pure white, so I'll use Army Painter's matte white. That. But if you're using GW paints, White Scar would be what you'd use. Buckle up, Sam. What's up? Not much. Just painting some Space Marines for my Emperor Spears army. What about you? What are you up to, my friend? So, I need super fun detail one. I'm on the fence with the man eaters because I like the sculpts of the man eaters. I didn't think they would ever make a box set that could give the feeling of man eaters like the Finecast man eater models did. I'm disappointed that they've just cut sculpts. I would have rather kept everything and then had gone man eater box 1, man eater box 2, man eater box 3, and had all of them available still. And just put them in boxes. But yeah, you would have needed to make a true multi-part plastic kit to really, I think, make man eaters cool. Yeah, but man eaters were man eaters. I don't think any of them were like Ninja Man Eater. Like, there's plenty of places that are ninjas in Age of Sigmar. The Cathayan one, could be quite easily any sort of like desert tribe. From Chamon or actually, like, I don't think they particularly had anything. I have not seen Wargames Atlantic ones. The only ogres I've been really paying attention with brand new models are Kings of War ones. They look really, really cool. It can be the latest updated faction for Kings of War with brand new minis. That would be cool. Like, yeah, that I can see like the interest in it. I'm honestly surprised. I think the one like surprising thing, I'm surprised that both the Icebrow Hunter and the new Hunter are both in the book. I thought for sure when we saw that new Hunter model that the Icebrow Hunter was going to get retired. Thought for sure that was going to be a thing. But now we've got a Hunter for both types of ogres, so. Oh, nice. Be really excited to see that the ogres book in full though. Be really exciting to see what we're going to see or what it's going to be like. I mean, sorry. Positives already, like gluttons are looking like really cool. We got a bot. I haven't had one in ages. So I'm just going to deal with you. Apparently there's beautiful girls here, all right, everyone? Good job, Nick. Oh, isn't that sweet, Hades? Good job, Nick. I haven't had a bot come on in a while. I love it where like they post like links. You can't post links in a YouTube channel unless you're me or my moderators. Do you what? So it probably means we're going to get a few. times like these where I'm painting behind the shields that I go to myself, why don't I not sub-assemble these models? Why don't I not put the shields different? Then I'm like, yeah, but then I have bits and pieces laying about. Going to do the swords all separate tomorrow. I want to be a little bit more awake to do them because I'm going to attempt to do non-metallic metal on my swords. So that'll be interesting. Norris James, hello. Thank you very much, Nick. I might actually call it a night for myself soon. Once I finish these, I'm so close to actually just being done. I can manually worry about the bots myself if need be, Nick. Oh. Oh, all right. I might call it here for a night as well. Got some other things I need to get done as well. But thank you everyone for coming, hobbying, hanging out, chatting with us all. I'll chat to you all again real soon. We're back for another hobby hangout soon. There's 2 in a week and a couple of days, which is awesome. I'm glad to be back doing these on the regular. So thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.